Y'all want to know some shit that I've done to men that I will never, ever regret? Years ago, I was dating a guy for like 6 to 8 months, right? During those 6 to 8 months, he called me to tell me that he lost his job. I was like, okay. I waited 2 hours. I said, hey, let's meet up for a drink or something to eat or something like that. And he was like, okay, yeah, sure. As soon as we get to the spot, I look him dead in the face and I said, hey, it's not going to work out between us. And he was like, what? Are you being serious? And I was like, yes, I am. He was like, why are you breaking up with me? Is it because I don't have a job? And I was like, funny you said that. That's exactly why I'm breaking up with you. And then he goes, wow, you are a gold digger. And I was like, yeah, you really are broke. So look at us. And he was like, wow, you really gonna leave me over me not having a job? Like I'm not gonna go get one? And I was like, no. And he tried to make me feel bad that I was breaking up with him because he no longer had a job. And I was like, I do not care. The fact that you even thought that I was going to be your fixer is crazy to me. Is wild to me. The fact that you even wanted to tell me that information without just going out there and getting a job and being like, hey, by the way, I got a new job instead of, hey, I lost my job is crazy to me. So therefore, I want no part in it. I don't. I don't want to know your sad story. I don't want to be Captain Save No. None of that. None of that. That's something you call and tell your parents. You tell your homeboy. You tell your friend. You don't tell me. I don't care. That's not my problem. All I hear is, hey, I'm going to start being cheap and mean to you. That's what I hear when you say, I ain't got a job. And guess what? I run on the first red flag, baby.
If you're watching this video, I hope you never find a woman like this. And if you ever find a woman like this, I hope you find out very quickly before it's too late the kind of woman that you're with so that you can leave her. Because this is not how a woman should be. And this is a kind of woman who only thinks about herself, and when you are at your lowest, she will leave you and create even much more problems for you. In the next video, we're going to see a woman that actually left her family because she thought she was going to do better and now she's regretting. Let's watch the video.
I stayed in a marriage for 23 years and built up a family and my ex's career and everything, and we literally just got to where it was supposed to be everything we dreamed of. Like, owned a company, making, almost $1 million, and that was my breaking point, and I left it all. And I'm not a person that is about money. I've kind of been in mourning of the, oh my gosh, I gave it all up. Everything was around my family. So when I chose to leave, I gave it all up. All up. I had no clue that the worst was yet to come in the 1 year of separation. And so it's weird because I find that I just thought today for a split second, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? I thought, I should have just stayed. It wasn't that bad. You made it 23 years. You made 26 years total. Your kids are college and one's almost out of high school. You made it. It didn't matter at this point. They can do their own separate life and all that. You made it to the point where you guys were making so much money and you had big houses and you could do whatever you want and you can relax. I'm terrified. I don't have 401k. My counsel did not have my back. And there's just timelines that you can't stop. And so it is what it is. And, I'm 47 years old. It's not like I'm 25. I'm healthy, kinda. I have an autoimmune disease, which means it's life-threatening for the rest of my life. Things can change. But it's not like I'm an invalid and can't do anything for myself. But it is terrifying. I could have stayed. I'm so mad that I think this way. I could have stayed. My life would have been so
it's funny
easier.
She says, I built up my family and my ex's career. What she means by built up my ex's career is that I was there while he was struggling to build up his things. Now, when a woman talks like this, it's called for I cheated, and the man I cheated on my husband with dumped me, and now I am stranded. That's what she is saying in this case. And for a woman to actually walk away with nothing in a marriage, it takes a lot. And she's saying that the lawyer did not have her back. It means that she had a very losing case in this case. She actually messed up real good and left the children for the husband to take care of. And now she's regretting wanting to come back. So much for someone who says she doesn't care for material things. In the next video, we're going to see another woman that you should not find yourself with, fellas. I will not explain. I'll let you watch the video directly. Let's watch.
So you married?
I'm going through a divorce.
What happened with that?
Basically, my husband stopped meeting my expectations.
What you mean?
When I met my husband, I told him what I expect from a man. The number one rule with being with me is you have to provide. I won't settle for anything less. So my husband ended up losing his job. He was a manager at a warehouse. He ended up losing his job. He came home and he told me. I'm like, okay, cool. All right. So a month went by and he looked for me to pay the bills. Who paying what bills? So I was going to consider it if he gave me the money back for paying the bills. And he told me no. He felt like he shouldn't have to do that. What do you mean? When I told you as a man, I expect you to provide. Under no circumstances will I ever touch bills as long as I got a husband. None. If you can you can hear.
He probably happy you don't know.
I'm sure he missed me.
That would be a headache for me. Like, I know I just lost my job. What if he lied? You know, do that. Like, I just lost my job, baby, to test.
But
what is he doing now?
That's childish. Like, what you testing me for? That's childish.
I'm saying to see what I got. Now I see what I got.
If you asked me to be your wife, you knew what you had.
Nah, I ain't thinking I gotta lose my job from the warehouse and they gonna do that.
I mean, but you knew what it was. I told you who I was from the beginning, and you still asked me to be your wife.
If he loses his job, you gonna throw that?
I didn't tell him that, but I told him you are to provide, and I told him, baby, your money is my money, and my money is my money. And so he didn't have any more money, and that was a problem for me.
Now this one has the Karl Marx ideology of what is mine, what is yours is mine. So I would say the man actually dodged a bullet by leaving this woman in this marriage. Because how would she dump him after he lost his job? She should be the pillar, because normally a marriage should be a man and a woman and they should be pillars of each other. And the man should not be the only sole provider. Woman should provide emotional support even in times of weakness. That's how it should work. But it's not the same for these women these days, and which is very sad for the man these days as it is. So in the next video, we're going to see a woman who is losing it because she is no longer with the guy she dumped. So let's watch the video.
I did it. Here I am on my new bed, my princess bed. It's amazing. I feel like a different person already. I feel like I can do whatever I want, and I'm not responsible for anybody anymore but me. I don't know. Things aren't going that great. I just keep thinking about what it used to be like when things were good. And maybe all of this was my fault. Maybe I'm a selfish, narcissistic. Maybe it's me. I don't know, but I'm kind of struggling. All that fake, all that happy. Oh, I'm doing so great. I think I was in shock. And now it's coming like into reality, and I don't know. I know this is just a separation, and there are a lot of worse things in the world than this. I don't know what my life's going to be like. I can't seem to remember anything bad. I just remember all the good things.
I'm honestly really sad right now, if you can tell. That's like the weirdest thing about grief is like, didn't cry for 2 days, was good for 2 days, and now I'm by myself, and it's just like the hurricane, like it's here again, you know? It's, the tsunami is back. Like, it's just so hard, and like, I'm frustrated because I, my whole world got disheveled, and I feel like he has moved on, and he is healed and moved on and doesn't care about me, which I don't want him to come back into my life, but it still just sucks,
So she dumped the guy, and now she was rejected by the guy she dumped him for, and now she's regretting and now coming to the internet for sympathy, which is one thing that usually happens a lot, and it's quite very sad to watch. Now let's go to the next video without explaining and finish the video.
If my boyfriend asks me to marry him, I'm going to say no. Why am I going to say no? Because we started dating 5 years ago, and then a month after we started dating, his friend started dating his girlfriend. And they had a kid after 2 years of being together. We had our daughter after 4 years of being together. His friend pays all the bills in their home. We pay 50-50. His friend got engaged last year. And we haven't gotten engaged. His friend got married this past weekend. And the crazy thing is that when we started talking, he said, if we last a year, I'd like to get married and try for a baby. So a year came by, nothing. Then he said, well, maybe after 3 years, let's look at it like a lease payment. You get 3 years. 3 years came by, nothing. Then he said maybe 5. 5 is a big deal. Bet. 5 came, nothing.
Now, this is very, very sad because comparing your boyfriend to other men is how you start cheating. Because there will always be someone that will be better than your boyfriend. Therefore, starting to compare, starting that, no, because my boyfriend's friend is doing this, therefore I won't do this and all this. So she won't marry her boyfriend who she already has a child with. She's a baby mama. She's hoping to be a baby mama. And in the end, start to blame men for leaving her without a husband in that case, when a man is there for her, which is very sad. So you never know what some of these women want. So while saying this, I know there are very good women out there, and I hope you find yourself with one of these good women. So today I'll just end here, but I ask you to don't forget to subscribe to Z Gambit, and don't forget to follow and comment in the comment section so we can talk and have a good chat and get to know each other sometime. You see? And also share this channel so that we can get more and more people following, and we should be having more and more coverage. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you for supporting Z Gambit. I really, really appreciate your support. I wish you a wonderful day, afternoon, and evening. Bye-bye.